But that's not going to slow him down from betting, Vince. There it is.
He has no fear. He is making a bet of 28. He's going to push out Daniel. But of course, David, we know, open-ended at this point.
And backdoor flush draw, not going anywhere. The question is, do you call or do you raise here?
Let's go to the felt. Dylan Wilkerson out of Seattle, Washington. First to act. Looks down at a queen 3 and folds it.
Michael the Grinder Mizrachi almost won this event a year ago. Back to the final table again, folds.
Now Daniel Weinman, poker pro. Makes it 23,000 to go. David Ormsby out, but Santoro on the short stack picks up ace-king.
On.
And he's going to go all in.
Yeah, he's going to move all in with this hand on the short stack like everybody would.
Eric Seidel going out.
And Daniel's going to go out.
Power play by the short stack. That's going to work out nice.
I'm playing tight. You're getting through there. Haven't played a hand yet.
And Grinder throws away one hand. People do consider him tight. He does like to play pots.
6 players battling for this championship, the Tournament of Champions. Action on Daniel, quick fold by him. Now David Ormsby out of Ontario, Canada, folds the hand. Santoro and Seidel going out.
Over to Dylan Wilkinson, the battle of the blinds here. And Dylan just limping in with the queen 10. Most guys would raise in this spot, but he knows Grinder, a very aggressive player, a defender. Hard to imagine that even the Grinder would raise with this hand.
I'll give you a walk.
That is a shocking check.
Oh, bingo, bango, bongo for the Grinder. He has flopped the nuts. Can you imagine starting with a 4-deuce offsuit and flopping the best hand possible?
Dylan, with just queen high, checks it.
Wow, what a sick flop.
Grinder doing reverse psychology, telling it like it is for real. Makes a bet, hoping to get called, but cannot get his action.
And shows the nuts to everybody.
The Grinder, 2 titles on the World Poker Tour.
And he has over 15.4 million in career live tournament winnings. 3 World Series of Poker bracelets to his credit.
Almost wheel. No heart.
Including winning the $50,000 buy-in Players Championship twice.
Have you beat?
Payouts. To a shot.
Out the door.
Action on David Ormsby. Says he loves rap music. He's a cash game player mostly. He's going to fold. Santoro not going to play. Eric Seidel, a big legend, going out as well. Dylan out.
22.
The Grinder out of the small blind. Going to raise it to 22,000 with King-Jack offsuit. Up against the chip leader here, Daniel Weinman, who looks down at a junk 6-deuce offsuit.
Just let this one go.
Well, I'll tell you what he's going to let go. Raising chips, that's what he's letting go of. 76,000. Now, Grinder knows he's the chip leader, so automatically that makes you leery.
Well, we are playing this tournament with an action clock. Each player has 30 seconds to make a decision, and they have 5 buttons throughout the final table.
I'm gonna have to use some of these.
Yeah, those time buttons are worth 30 seconds each, so if you need more time to think about your hand, you pitch one in the pot, you get more time. And we certainly want to thank Protection Poker for providing the action clock for this event. And he lays it down, so what a play by the chip leader right there.
Polarized him. Like ace jack. Flip. King jack. Flip. I know, you look nervous. You're at 100 beats per minute there.
You got the wristband on, you go understand.
Can't see it though.
Action on Dylan Wilkerson out of Seattle. He takes a look at a awful jack deuce of clubs. He won't play that.
The Grinder folding as well. Round to the chip leader. Daniel Weinman, he's out.
Now David Ormsby out of Ontario, Canada, with just a 9-8 and some guts because he's going to make it 22,000 to go.
He's sitting in last chip position, yet makes a button raise.
Santoro out. Eric Seidel with jack 6 of spades will speculate.
Eric going to defend out of the big blind here. Now flop is ace, queen, 5-2 spades. So Eric Seidel checks the flush draw. David makes a continuation bet, trying to represent aces here.
And he's going to be called by Eric. Going to the turn. Will Seidel hit the flush? Let's take a look. No, 7 of clubs.
Well, Eric checks again. David now has a gut shot straight draw, but literally has nothing. And he is firing a second bullet here into the great Eric Seidel.
Yeah, 40,000. Seidel, though, he's not going anywhere with that flush draw. Down to the river we go.
Well, a 6 comes off. This gives Eric 2 6s, but it gives David the stone cold nuts, the best hand possible, a 9 high straight.
Seidel checking. David can't believe it.
All in.
All in?
Well, he bet on the flop and the turn, hoping Eric would go away. Now, he's more hoping that he calls. Eric goes out, so David Ormsby bluffed his way till he made the nuts. Then made an all-in bet that didn't get called, but showing some heart there, Vince.
I really like dude, but I'm just telling you. I mean, over, under on a marriage, not cool. Not cool.
Out of line.
Is that yours?
It will be.
It's not just $1. It's your ticket to $1 million tournament. Sign up for free today at WPTglobal.com and use bonus code YT60.
And the antes and blinds are going up. The antes are now 2,000. Blinds are 6 and 12. Actions on Daniel. Folds the hand. Seidel also taking a breather. Dylan not going to play. And here's the grinder with just a 9-8.
And that's a big hand for the grinder on the button for sure.
25,000, he makes it.
Daniel going out. David now with the ace high. He opts to just call and not raise here.
Let's see if he gets lucky with the flop. No, 10-10-4 on the flop. Helps neither player.
David is checked. The grinder will be making the continuation bet here.
15,000.
And quickly called by David. Believing the ace high could well be the best hand, which it is. Now a 5 comes off. This gives David a wheel draw, as well as the best hand, the ace high. But the grinder with just 9 high knows he has to keep betting to win this pot, and he doesn't like to give up pots, so he fires a second shell.
40,000. David's not going anywhere. He's making this call. But no king of diamonds on the river.
Well, David's going to check again. Will grinder fire a third shell?
And yes, he's going to make a bet, 50,000 with nothing.
Well, it's not a big bet, Vince, into a pot that's got 178,000 in it.
Which sometimes looks stronger.
It does. It almost makes you look like you want the guy to call you. And David gives it up, so the grinder firing 3 bullets there to take down that pot. Vince, that's why he is the grinder.
Action going to the great Eric Seidel. And this man has lifetime tournament earnings of over $31 million. Not bad for sitting at a table. A couple folds around to the grinder who has king 10 of hearts. Popped it up here, and the Weinman. Fold by him. Now David Ormsby with ace 3.
Same hand as he had before. He didn't raise the grinder last time.
All in.
Whoa, he's going all in.
This time he's going all in over the top.
Gamble or not?
Oh, that's the way to play the grinder. Don't try to grind him, just try to pulverize him.
And what he wants is a grinder to go away. And that's what happens is the grinder does go away. So well done by David there. He's probably wishing he would have moved on over the top with the same hand a minute ago against the grinder, where he'd have won that pot as well, but happy to win this one.
And David, out of Ontario, 27 years old, he said, I want to win this tournament because I need a new car. He totaled his car 2 months ago. Did you know that, Mike?
All I know is since he won in Fallsview back in 2016, he's lost 50 pounds since then. So you get some money, you get in shape, Vince. That's the way it is.
How much? How much?
26.
Dylan has made it 26,000 with an ace 4 and grinder.
56.
With the king queens going back over the top to make it 56 total.
Just a little 3-bet here with the king queen.
Our chip leader, Daniel Weinman, releases the hand. And
Dylan knows grinder can make this play with any 2 cards. He's going to call him with the ace high here. You have to defend against grinder raising you, or he will punish you and raise you every single time.
Flop is a 5-5 deuce.
56.
The grinder has zip and pip.
Dylan, he's got the inside straight draw now. Not hesitating, got to make this call. Loves to play the drums and improvise, he says, and he does that at the poker table. He loves to improvise, mix it up.
Well, the deuce comes off, so 2 pair, ace high, the best hand by Dylan. The grinder just relentless. He just keeps betting. Tough decision here for Dylan. He knows the grinder could accidentally pick up a pair at some point. And he takes down the pot, so grinder winning pot after pot without having the best hand. That's how you do it. You just keep betting.
You know, it's amazing. He knows everyone knows how he plays. He doesn't care. He says,
Hey.
it's still tough to call me.
The grinder is tricky. He's tough. You look at him and you think, like, how can this guy ever win anything? And then you see that he's one of the most successful tournament poker players of all time. And clearly his style, which is unorthodox, works wonders for him. And he can be really, really difficult to play against.
Well, Dylan, those are the sentiments of all pros out there on tour. I can assure you, they all feel the same way about the grinder. They wonder how he does it. Well, I can tell you, relentless pressure, great feel for the game.
25.
But betting is his strong suit.
And this time he's got a strong hand for him. A pair of 8s, he makes it 25,000. But right behind him, Weinman with a pair of 7s.
Let's play a big pot.
And let's play a big pot. Grinder loves to play big pots. Because he said that, Daniel just called him instead of raised him. And that's liable to bring David Ormsby into the picture. I would certainly call here out of the blind with the Jack-9 of diamonds and a 3-way pot.
And that's what he does. He makes this call.
And Daniel Santoro going out.
You pull the trigger. I would have called too.
I figured one of you would. Slow play.
Let's take a peek.
Well, Queen 10 deuce open in straight draw for David. He's going to check. The grinder not liking the 2 overcards against 2 opponents. But that's not going to slow him down from betting, Vince. There it is.
He has no fear. He is making a bet of 28. He's going to push out Daniel. But of course, David, we know, open-ended at this point.
And backdoor flush draw, not going anywhere. The question is, do you call or do you raise here? And he's opting to call.
Yeah, he's on a short stack. He'd love to double up. But hits a king, makes the straight.
Also has a straight flush draw. Gonna check here. The grinder drawing completely dead. Whatever he puts in the pot from here out will just disappear from his stack.
Yeah, 60,000.
Against an aggressive player like Grinder, you just want to walk the dog. Just check, letting him keep betting. 6 of spade on the river. And David checks again.
Digging the hole, putting the branches and twigs over, waiting for the sucker to fall in.
All in.
It's the grinder.
Call.
He is bet all in, and an instant call, of course, by David.
David played this hand like a fiddle, Vince, I got to tell you. Played it perfectly against this particular opponent.
I think you're going to play Jack-9 in small blind.
Suited.
And now let's move down to the felt. A couple falls into Eric Seidel, who has ace-10. Likes the hand, makes it 27,000 to go.
56.
And the grinder's going to 3-bet Eric Seidel here. Says you may be a legend, you may be a poker Hall of Famer, but I'm 3-betting you anyway. But Eric going nowhere. Calls the 3-bet.
Yeah, with ace-10 up against ace-4.
Yep, has him dominated right now.
And the flop is at 8-5-4, so the grinder getting a piece of that.
He's taking the lead after the flop.
He's going to check. It doesn't want to fall into any traps with Seidel.
It's going check, check. And the 6 of clubs comes off. Grinder checks. Eric checks again right behind him. And now an ace comes off. This gives Grinder top and bottom pair. If he bets out here, chances are he's going to get paid off because Eric has made a pair of aces.
Grinder putting in a bet of 80,000 with aces and 4s now.
There you see the deep breath by Eric. He says, you got to be kidding me.
Thank you, River.
Yeah, exactly. It's the worst card in the deck.
That's it.
He's curious.
2 pair.
Everybody's curious against Grinder. So Eric does pay him off. There's the Grinder's mom, his fan club.
I like bluffing, but it's so much more fun.
He lives within walking distance of the casino, so a big favorite here locally. Michael the Grinder Mizrachi taking down that pot off the legendary Eric Seidel.
Yeah, it's a great time to just walk over to the casino, but when you have a bad night, it's a tough walk home. Back on Seidel. Quickly folds it. Dylan also out.
Yeah, the Grinder picks up Queen Jack.
25.
Yeah, speaking different languages, very impressive. Makes it 25,000 to go. Weinman, though, right behind him with an ace-10.
You're tired of re-racing?
Hand's too good.
Well, Weinman just calls, doesn't 3-bet him with that hand, like many guys would against the Grinder.
I would have 4-bet you.
Doesn't mean much.
All right, the flop comes up at 4-3, deuce, 2 clubs.
Again, Grinder, Relentless, fires again.
19,000.
Daniel with just a wheel draw.
We still 1 pot.
Daniel going nowhere, makes the call.
This our range for sure. 7 of hearts.
Turn card is a 5.
That didn't change much.
Changed a lot, and the Daniel won't be going anywhere.
Daniel's got a small straight.
Well, Grinder's staring Daniel down. Wondering if a bet would win this pot for him. Well, Grinder bluff betting there. He does bet. He's going to try to represent the hand that Daniel has.
It's the biggest turn card in the world.
He's just really laying it on thick right now. Let's see if Daniel goes for it. And he does make the call with it.
6 of clubs, that'll be interesting.
Well, the board pairs 5s. The Grinder just has queen high, but I would think you have to automatically assume your opponent's at worst got an ace in his hand, Vince, when he calls you on the turn here.
The clock is ticking away. Will the Grinder make a foolish bet?
That's a time button he's pitched in the pot. Gives him another 30 seconds to act. Now, who puts in time buttons when they're thinking about bluffing, unless you're the Grinder?
Now he is going to bet it 105,000.
Yeah, pretty good sized bet into a pot that's got 136,000 in it.
You got it. Straight's good.
And Daniel is going to make the call with his straight, and he is going to take down the pot.
I gotta see one for once. Like yesterday, I let you get through too many.
So with that solid call, Daniel Weinman extends his chip lead.
You know, poker is a game that requires lots of focus and a ton of concentration. You really shouldn't be playing 6 to 16 tables of poker at the same time.
It's your move.
And checkmate.
Sign up for free today at WPTGlobal.com and use bonus code YT60 and play the $1 for 1 million tournament.
To the Grinder, and Michael the Grinder Mizrachi from Miami, Florida, looks down at an 8-5 of clubs. It's a big hand for him.
That's in his range of raising cards, for sure. There it is. Pops up to 32,000.
Behind him, our chip leader with King Jack.
Well, Daniel knows that Grinder raises with these kind of hands, so he's just going to 3-bet him with a little King Jack here, up to 92,000.
David goes out, and Daniel Santoro from New York picks up aces.
He is getting these premium hands at the right time. He's picked up ace-king twice when somebody's raising front, moved in and taken it. I'm guessing he's going to go all in here.
Small one.
Seidel goes out, and now Dylan looks down at a king.
Oh,
King!
what a time to get him.
All in.
Well, he's gone over the top all in.
Usually you're so happy to see him, but Dylan probably not going to be happy to see him here.
I guess I have an easy decision.
And Grinder now, of course. Can't call it, goes out, Daniel out. And they turn the cards up.
Wow.
You can see just bad luck for Dylan to pick up kings at this particular time.
Welcome to Tournament of Champions.
And remember, we saw Daniel Weinman throw a king away. He had king jack, so things not looking good for Dylan right now.
And the flop is a queen, 3 deuce. Aces are safe.
Suspense. It's killing me.
And he has gotten his premium hands at the right time, that's for sure.
Dylan's sickened by this. Maybe a miracle can happen now. Not there. 8 of diamonds on the turn. Everybody chirping away, smiling.
God, I got out. I had the 5-8 of clubs.
Going to the river. Dylan won't be out.
He needs a king, but doesn't catch it. An 8 comes off.
God! Ship it in one time.
How are you going to win that fucking?
Grinder jumps up because he had the 8-5 of clubs. But you just can't call a 5-bet raise in front of you with 8-eye. And Daniel Weinman's still the chip leader. But look, Daniel Santoro now sitting in second chip position here.
And Mikey came in as the low stack, the short stack at the table. And he's had good fortune here tonight so far.
Well, he did indeed. Now, we've only seen him play ace, king, and 2 aces. Now he's got some chips. He's going to widen his starting range here, going to raise it up with a king 10 of hearts.
Makes it 40,000 to go. Seidel out, and now Dylan with ace queen.
Vince, he's only got about 11 big blinds, so I just can't imagine he's not going to ship it right here. Now, I know he has a lot of respect for Santoro's strong hands, but
All in.
he does move all in, and you have to in that spot with his chip count, I think.
Certainly. Everybody else going out. Now David Ormsby with a little pair of 4s.
Well, it's been raised and re-raised. I just don't see you getting involved with 2 4s here. Got nothing invested.
Can't do it. So now on Santoro, yes, he's priced in. Makes the call, and they turn him up.
Well, Santoro happy to see he's got 2 live cards. Dylan out in front, of course, with the ace-queen. Dylan over a 3-2 favorite to win this pot and stay alive in this tournament.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Rooting against me?
I said good luck. I didn't say it to anybody.
I looked at him. It looked like it.
Doesn't mean I said it to him.
Oh, a king right on the flop. And Dylan saying, kings are killing me. He just had 2 kings, ran into 2 aces, where he doubled the guy up, and now the same guy just flopped a king to take the lead on him. Not over, Dylan. Catch an ace or 2 runners to make a straight. 2 running queens, but a 3 on the turn means Dylan Wilkinson must catch an ace on the river. Otherwise, he's going to be our 6th place finisher.
Last card. A 6 of diamonds.
guys.
Not going to work out for Dylan Wilkerson.
Well, the UC Berkeley grad who majored in political science going back to the polls right now to figure out what to do, out in 6th place.
Walking away, has to be very disappointed. He's over to talk to Matt Savage.
Dylan, disappointing way to go. You dream about making the final table, then aces versus kings. Tell us about that hand.
Someone else woke up with aces. I have kings, pretty much always going to go down that way. You know, great week, disappointing result.